Taurus, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Wherever it applies to your natal chart, please let it resonate where it will. Wherever it applies in your life, it doesn't matter what examples I'm using in the cards. If it sounds romantic, but it applies more to your career, apply it where it resonates in your life. This is your reading. And please feel free to comment below about anything that you want to share, because I will be reading those comments. Please remember, Taurus, there's always an extended reading, and that link to those readings are down below in the description box right on top, and I'll also pin it to the top of the comment section. When I looked at the astrology this week, and this is how the reading will go, guys, I'll tell you what's going on currently. Whatever cards pop at me, I'll talk about first. We'll go a little bit into the past and how things led up to, or maybe what brought you to this point, and then we'll go into the future. And then, of course, the extended for those of you who I hope will join me. But I looked at the astrology, and I will be discussing the astrology throughout the entire reading. And it is so life-changing. It's basically that time that I think the curveball, you throw the curveball, because what's happening is Venus is sitting right on top of the South Node in Scorpio, and that's in direct opposition to where the North Node in Taurus is right now. Like everything that you are being pulled to be, or all the changes that you're being told you have to make, or that you realize that you have to make, all the innovations are really now coming to a head with who you were and where you came from and what you used to value. And Venus, which is your ruling dignitary, is now surpassing the sun in its conjunction with the sun. And it's almost like less ego and more value. What do I value? What turns me on? What are those hidden things that really turn me on, that are now things that I can't hide anymore? Because my innovations are like what I'm innovating, it's leaking out my secrets. I'm showing the world who I am and what I'm changing into. You know, it's going from that realm of Scorpio where things are hidden and kept secret to the world of innovation. Tell it out loud, bring it to the surface, and people are able to see the true you through the decisions that you're making and the redirections and the way that you're redirecting your life. There is a sense of destiny here, because when Venus is sitting on top of that South Node, you are now, or your ruling dignitary is now, in this karmic square that has been happening all year between Saturn and the nodes, which is get ready for a chapter in your life to be done and a new chapter to begin. And this is really when it happens. So you can actually, you as a Taurus will feel this moment. You'll feel the shift. You'll realize, wow, the old days are really done, aren't they? And the new days are here. And that's bittersweet. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. For some of you, it's very happy news, but it'll still be very bittersweet, knowing basically where you come from has created who you are, and to see the links between them. It's almost like you're going to get a glimpse of the caterpillar and the butterfly. You're going to really feel that kind of energy and recognition this week. But really beautiful things and hidden value is going to come out. Even projects that you've been working on a long time. Surprising people and how they are game changers, and how they create a shift in your life, and just how much of an impact it has. Let's get into the cards, because yes, I am sure the astrology will keep coming up. The cards that have come out now are Coyote Spirit, Trust and Divine Detours. Yeah, Spirit is going to surprise you, especially with that major Uranus interaction with Venus. The opposition, listen, the universe is surprising you. It's throwing you curveballs. It's throwing you facts. It's throwing you information that's going to make you majorly change your mind about something, that is even going to surprise you about you. But it's a surprise that you need. It's a surprise that had to happen, and I think it's a surprise that's also very exciting. You yourself probably are the curveball, are the unexpected invitee to the party, are the unexpected person on the list. But these are happy surprises. They also put a lot of responsibility on you, and they also put a lot of spotlight on you. Right? Now, none of those things is bad, but also you'll feel the weight of them even if they're good. We have take time out, which is don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself a little bit of a break. Don't try to push because the universe is pushing enough for you. But this is definitely a sense of usually an authority figure, maybe even a mother figure, maybe surprising, especially your parents or where you came from or the people who got most comfortable with you being who you are. This is a huge curveball for them, but I also think that you're going to get an assist from them that you don't expect. There's a really helpful aspect to Saturn, really briefly, and I think that what that's going to do is it's going to surprise you. It's going to surprise you how maybe a parental figure, maybe a father figure, or whoever it is, like it's going to surprise you how they react, but not in a bad way. The assistance that they give will surprise you, and then we have embrace the in between, which is literal. This is a transitional period for you, and that's why you're not supposed to push, because when you are in a transitional period, the universe is pushing you. Don't try to drive this car, Taurus. It's already in motion. Sit back and let it take you where it will. There's an ambiguity here, maybe an indecisiveness, and you're going to surprise everybody with a decision that you're making. Let's get into that. Let's use the moon cards because we're sitting between two huge moons. Maybe the most important of the year in terms of shifts that have been changing all year long. This new moon was definitely our old life went out. The light went out. The ashes were there. And the resurrection happened. This full moon is when we are able to fully recognize our gifts, to remember them, remember who we always were, remember who we used to be, remember those parts of ourselves that we buried and now we're unburying. There's no moon card that's coming out right now. That happened actually in Gemini's reading as well. So let's see. There will be a moon card that comes out later, I'm sure. So what are the major challenges that Taurus is facing this week? What are the major challenges that Taurus is facing this week? I think you got really, really comfortable with your routine and with your pattern. And I think it hurts a lot to let that go or realize that in some ways you're leaving that behind. Even an old job. Feeling like maybe you're even backstabbing people for moving away from or telling them that you want to end this, that this is the finish, this is the last time you do a project or something with them. There is an impending ending that is really, it's a major challenge for you because you know it's on its way. You know that this is sort of, you put your whole heart into it, you put your whole self into it, you've kept it growing strong, but it's over. You know that it's over, and that's a real challenge for you. There's also a sense of the Three of Swords. It's heartbreaking. So change isn't easy for you, right? Maybe even feeling in some ways that you have disappointed somebody, you've let them down, or that they've let you down. But it would be all based on comfort. And it was never comfort that you actually needed. It's just comfort that you got comfortable with. And now you're being pushed out of that. It's like that comfort is over. And knowing that this discomfort is going to be a part of your life for a while because you can't be comfortable anymore. You can't be who you were. You're not who you were anymore. You're not. More challenges. The other challenge, 2 of Cups, which is a connection with somebody. I think you were very, very happy and very, very happy being connected with, was a connection or a marriage with somebody who has a lot of influence and a lot of money, or you're very comfortable with the fact that you were doing really well in life, or you are doing really well in life. And there's a lot of dreams coming true in 4 of Pentacles. It's almost like you know that the challenge here is that you may be risking everything that you built, and it was a dream come true. You're risking everything that you ever wanted to be and the stability of everything that you ever wanted to be, but your dreams are shifting. Your dreams are shifting. And that's the real challenge, the acceptance of that and the realization that that's your next step, that your aspirations now, 4 of Pentacles, maybe you don't know if you have the strength to do it. It challenges your serenity. It challenges your stability. It challenges your new aspirations are challenging your comfort zones in ways that maybe nothing ever did. And you know that you need to challenge yourself, but at the same time, maybe you're not sure you really have this in you. Take your time. Don't push. Give it more thought. The 4 of Pentacles says that you've gotten stuck somehow. You've gotten stuck because of fear, which I don't know why, because it seems like your life is going very well. There's a romantic relationship that's implied here, like a real soulmate energy. We also have the Empress here, which is abundance or a connection to, it's almost like maybe somebody that you always thought was too good for you, but you're not sure that their dreams align with yours. They would rather stay where they are. They'd rather stay in this comfort zone, and somehow your life is pulling you outside of it. So there's a little bit of a heartbreak that's going on here with regards to love, something that you love or someone that you love, letting it go and letting it end because you can't take them with you. Whoa. Now let's see if we'll get a moon card. Shall we? That's your major challenge, and we're going to see how you deal with it. We have void of course. Now all of a sudden the moon comes out. This is the things that were being hidden, the things that were hiding, or the emotional things that maybe you didn't want to face. The first thing that came out, and this is a little bit in the future, so nothing will come of this situation. I don't know what that completely means yet. We're going to clarify. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. So this is new moon energy. It's coming out in the past. I don't know if you started a project, something that's coming to fruition now. You started it last year in December when there was a new moon in Sagittarius. But it clearly was a lucky arrow and a lucky strike, and it seems to have just landed. This was a passion project, and it was a leap of faith. I think it was a big risk, but ultimately it's saying this risk has paid off. So one part of your life is doing extraordinarily well, and then we have you're very close to achieving your goal over here way in the future. Nothing will come of this situation. That's what I want the clarity on. So we have you're very close to achieving your goal. What is your goal? Do you remember what it is? Because it feels like your goal has shifted. You aimed, you fired, you hit the target. Now you may not want the same things. Even though there's success, there seems to be your life pulling you in a different direction. This is the void of course. Let's get into the clarification. What is this? What is this situation? Nothing will come of. Nothing will come of this situation. The 8 of Swords, somebody leaving you. Maybe somebody has threatened to pack their bags on you, or somebody has threatened to leave you on your own. The cards are saying, Taurus, take a breath out. They are not going to abandon you. That's what it is. Feeling of abandonment, feeling like somebody won't come along with you, feeling like somebody's going to walk out on you, feeling like somebody's going to leave you, or that you are going to get left behind. That is not going to happen. That is what is confirmed if you guys were worried about this. Who are the key players here? Who are the key players here for Taurus? 2 cards have fallen out. Who are the key players here? So we have Page of Cups and Page of Wands. The key players are a new love and a new passion. The key players may be 2 children. So that could be somebody who's very young, very tender, very open-hearted, very loving, and then the other who's very fiery, very fiery, very confident, very passionate. One would be somebody who is kind of shy and demure, but like hugs a lot and needs a lot of cuddles. So it could be the opportunity, or somebody who is a new love in your life, or a new love. But it could also be a younger person, so it could be a child. And then we also have this, so it could be a water sign child, or if they're not a sun sign water sign, they're very emotional and they're very sweet. And then a Page of Wands is usually a fire sign. But they don't have to be a fire sign, sun sign, but they're very spirited. They're very outgoing, very confident in everything that they do. So these are the 2 key players in your fear, in your feeling of responsibility toward. There are 2 key players here, prime players in your conflict. What is making you not completely be able to give yourself over to entirely to optimism. And I think you're smart for that. You just are. I think you realize that there's a lot of twists and turns here, and a lot of unpredictables, or surprises. So it seems like you're protecting people, or you're thinking of somebody else. You're thinking of their safety and serenity, and you don't want to be too far away from them. You don't want to be too far, but at the same time, there's an extreme success here. So it seems like success and even your ego is pulling you in one direction, but your sense of values and your sense of responsibility is pulling you in a different direction. And you just don't want that to happen. You don't want to be in that situation. So you may pull out of something unexpectedly this week, right? Or not take an opportunity that is presented to you that everybody thinks you're a shoo-in for, but you're like, too much too soon, too much too fast, or nothing that I really want. And I think that is the strongest sense of morality that you can have, is if I am doing really well and I am really blessed, I'm not going to get greedy. I'm going to set a different kind of example, right? I'm going to be content and be fulfilled with the value that lies beneath the surface, as opposed to having to be flashy. Hold on. We're going to keep going with this. I want to know... hold on. Something's here that has to come out. A change in the wind. Okay. Orphaned. There's still that sense of being alone or abandoning somebody. It's coming up repeatedly. Let me know in the comments below, because I'm really curious. But that sort of clarified, clean it up. You feel like either you feel like you were abandoned. You remember a lot of being left alone and you want to do things different. But orphaned, why did this card come out? Please clarify. Why did this card come out? This is in the future. It's almost like you can feel like everybody who's setting you up is almost like setting you up for failure. This is Capricorn energy. This is father energy. Did your father make you feel abandoned? Or that you feel like you would be a father or a parent who would be abandoning or abandoning somebody for work. Strength also comes up, 2 major arcanas. This is you really confronting your worst fear. Maybe even your darkest secret. A sense of a really dark secret that you've had is coming out. And you feel like it could ruin everything or get people who you love to abandon you. Let's clarify more of that and see what comes out of it. We're going to go to the extended and dig deep. The links are below. Please remember to like this video. It really helps. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and ring that notification bell so you know when I upload further Taurus content. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the extended.